Okay, hi. This is my video about the interactive pigments from Georgie's. I used them on, there are 8 interactive pigments. I used them, all 8 of them, on Georgie's Timberline sculptural clay, which fires to a kind of a white, kind of a buff white. And each of these test tiles has 2 glazes on it. White froth on the front and jujube white on the back. So here they are. Number 1 on the again, white froth on the front and jujube white on the back. So here, this is tree bark, first one, and there's a caution label that says to visit their website, and you're supposed to put these on with gloves. And it says that it contains chrome, which is known to cause cancer. So, also you're supposed to dilute this by 50% with water, which I sort of did with these tiles and probably didn't do a very good job of. Anyway, this test tile is tree bark. The top half, I applied it and wiped it back. Since there isn't really any texture here, it doesn't give a good effect. And the bottom half, I put 2 coats of the pigment tree bark. This is the white froth side, and this is the jujube white on the back. You can see how that glaze just crawled right away from the glaze, from the pigment. Number 2 here is golden straw. Again, warning, cautions. This has titanium in it. Another thing, and that causes reproductive harm and developmental harm. So wear gloves. This is the front with white froth, and I applied 3 coats to each of these. It seems like maybe I didn't get it as even as I thought. And this is the jujube white on the back. Again, crawled right away from the pigment. It was much happier with the pigment wiped away. Number 3 is called autumn foliage. Excuse me. This says it's non-toxic, so it doesn't seem to have any particularly bad things in it. They call it autumn foliage. And you can see on the jar that it shows you what it looks like on their test tiles, which they applied solid with no glaze, wiped back with no glaze, wiped back under a glaze, and wiped back under a different glaze. I don't remember what those are. Anyway, here's number 3. This is that autumn foliage pigment with white froth on top of it and jujube white on the back. Number 4 is called sand and surf, and this contains titanium also. So number 4, sand and surf with white froth. You can see that it turned kind of yellow on places where it didn't have glaze over it. and with the jujube white. I'm not sure if that little pink spot is something about the glaze and pigment interaction, or if I accidentally got some other glaze on there a little bit. Anyway, that has a nice texture, but didn't crawl quite as much as some of the other ones. And the white froth, I feel like is less textured. It's possible that I put less glaze on this one than the others. Number 5 is steel black. And it has some, instructions. This has cobalt in it. Again, wear gloves. Steel black. It came through the glaze kind of blue-gray. Steel black is quite pronounced, especially when it's thick. And there's the jujube white. And again, the white froth. Number 6 is called Winter Storm. And this one contains cobalt and titanium. Be extra careful with this one. Winter Storm. And Georgie's has some information sheets that you can download from their website that have that sort of show the glazes show the pigments with a variety of glazes and application styles too. So here's the Winter Storm under white froth and under jujube white. This one also moved away from the pigment. I guess that titanium is not friendly with the jujube white glaze there. Okay, number 7 is called Wormwood. It does not, let's see, I don't see, let's see. Wear protective clothing intended for decorative use. Apply to bisqueware. Okay, it doesn't say anything about any specific chemicals that are in that. So wormwood, and is on number 7, and it's a little bit different with the thicker pigment than with the pigment wiped back. That's the white froth, and there's the jujube white. Okay, number 8, this is the last one. This is called Indigo, and it contains cobalt, so again, wear gloves, and that indigo pigment under the white froth, and you can see how it kind of how it went glassy a little bit. It sort of, I've got it pretty thick, and it does look like right in here, it doesn't have, is just the pigment going on a little bit thick. That is with the white froth, and this is the jujube white. You can see how the cobalt, I must have gotten too much on there because it's really coming through. Jujube white and white froth. So that's the 8 interactive pigments from Georgie's, and here's the 2 glazes that I used, white froth and jujube white. that's it.